So now we've got the main part of the rifle barrel finished. What we now want to start doing is building this layer of flashing that goes over the top, and we're going to do that quite simply by coming to our left viewport, and we're going to create a tube. So we'll put that roughly here. We'll make that come out and then out a little bit more, and then give it a depth. We're not worried about the depth at the moment, but what we would like to do is to turn the slice on, and we'll send that out, where are we, 90, and we'll send this out to -90. Here, let me type that in. It's -90, and I only really want okay, well, we'll worry about the height segments in a minute, I think. And we'll line that up with pretty much the end of the barrel there. And we'll come to our 3D view and we'll navigate that around, and we'll just say, right, what I really need to do is come down with my inside diameter and come down with my outside diameter. We don't want this to be too big. There we go, that'll do me. And then with my height, I'm going to do that. There we go. And then I'll just simply right click onto that and convert it to an editable polygon. Apply my standard grey material to there. And I'm going to select this flat polygon underneath and that's why we made this 90 degrees with our slice, so that we knew that both this face and that face would be flat, so that what I can then do is extrude that down, keeping it just above this area here at the back, and then just click OK. Actually, that doesn't quite fit in with what we were doing, so I'll move that down slightly further here. There we go. That's great. And as far as my vertices are concerned, I'll grab one, and again, this isn't an exact science, so we'll take all those edges, connect them, slide along, and now when I grab these two vertices and pull them up, you can see we've created the shape that we were looking for. So that's good. So before we go on any further with this section, I want to right click and isolate, and I want to put a little chamfer rather, just on this loop here. So again, we're just doing this really simple, really easy. There we go, there's that one. And again, if I select that edge and if I loop it, I think I possibly want to include maybe these edges as well. I'm not so bothered about the interior edges, but we'll have these ones for definite. So I'm going to do to the front. We'll live with that, and we'll just add another chamfer in there. There we go, and we'll exit the isolation mode. There we have it. There's the basis of our flashing, and what I'm now going to do is I'm now going to create the objects which are going to bite into, and what we're going to do is we're just going to use a Boolean operation, something nice and simple. I think what I'll probably do as well, just to help us, is I'll select all of these edges and I'll use a connect, take that off, and all I'm really going to do is I'm cutting this into segments, and 10 segments is probably more than we really need, but we'll invest in a little bit of belt and braces here, make sure we've got everything we need. And again, I'll connect these. That'll do. So we've got nice even subdivisions all the way down that edge now. and that's going to be ready for us to boolean into and cut out our shapes. And these shapes are going to be extended primitive shapes, and effectively what we're going to do is we're going to create little capsules. So I'll create a capsule there, and these are standard primitive objects. You can sit and play with them yourself, it's no problem. In order to make it easier to place, I'm going to just move its pivot points into the center, and we're just going to start placing these roughly over the top of what we want. I think that's fine. We'll maybe make this a little bit bigger, make it a little bit fatter just because, and I'll do another one at that angle, and we'll make that a lot smaller. So what I've got here is I've got my two shapes that I'm looking for, and I'm going to copy those along. So we're going to say 1, shift and drag to make a copy, 2, 3 copies, and there we have it. So these are the objects that we're going to use to cut into and through our flashing. And just so that we can do this later on, I will select all of them and I will make copies of these. So there we go. And moving back to this side, I think what I'm going to do is put a bend modifier on all of these so that they start to take more of a curvature. And where are we? Where's our bend? There we go, there's the bend modifier. And I can never remember which way this should go, so I'm going to sit and have a play with this for a minute.